This video is very important for our organization because it's possible to see very relevant testimonials of FIB human. I'm Miriam Doniak from Brazil. I'm a civil engineer and worked with concrete structures since 1985 and now involved with precast concrete structures. I am current president of FIB, the International Fédération for Structural Concrete, and in Brazil, president of ABSIC, the Brazilian Association of Concrete Industrialized Structures.
My name is Agnieszka Bigaj van Vliet. I'm principal scientist at TNO, the Netherlands Organization for Applied Scientific Research. And in FIB, I'm currently deputy president of the Federation.
Hi, I'm Sylvia Kessler. I'm a civil engineer by training, and nowadays I'm a professor for engineering materials and building preservation at the Helmut Schmidt University, University of the Federal Armed Forces in Hamburg, Germany.
I'm Beatrice Belletti. I'm a full professor in structural engineering at the University of Parma.
I'm Marta Del Zoppo and I'm currently a lecturer in structural engineering at University of Naples, Federico II in Italy.
My name is Irene Josa and I'm an assistant professor at University College London at the Bartlett School of Sustainable Construction, and I'm as well a member of the FIB and deputy chair of Commission 6 on Prefabrication.
I'm Eline Vreken, and since August 2024, I've been working as an assistant professor at Hasselt University in Belgium, within the Construction Engineering Research Group.
Okay, that's already a long time ago. First I heard about FIB through my PhD supervisor, Professor Gehlen, who was very actively involved, especially in Commission 8. And yeah, naturally, most of us PhD students also came involved. And and we realized it's much more behind than just a technical network, and there's a place where research and practice comes together, and we enjoyed it really much to see all the experts where we have read a lot of papers from.
I first learned about FIB during my PhD, now more than 5 years ago, when my supervisor suggested to attend one of the FIB conferences. Unfortunately, due to the COVID pandemic, that initial experience was entirely virtual. Even though the online event was well organized, at the time it didn't fully enable me to capture the famously warm and welcoming spirit of FIB. A few years later, after completing my PhD, I finally got to attend my first in-person FIB conference in Istanbul. This was truly special, as it was also the conference where I received the FIB Achievement Award for Young Engineer. Over those 3 days, I felt incredibly welcome. Everyone was so kind and supportive. I also got the opportunity to attend many interesting presentations, showcasing a lot of innovative research.
My first experience with FIB, it was one of the nicest memories from my PhD time. I went to the FIB conference and I had the opportunity to experience that people are actually existing. They are not only writing books and publish things, but they are living, passionate individuals with a lot of knowledge. So the greatest of our time, you see them in front of you and they want to answer your questions. I think that was probably a very memorable thing that made me, first of all, believe that this is a group of people who share something, the passion for their profession, that you don't lose that passion when you maturate in your career, and that actually the distance is not as large as you think. So it's intimidating because they are so incredibly smart, but still they are open for sharing their experience, knowledge, vision. That's probably, that was my first experience with FIB.
I started my activities within the FIB context at conferences, but also attending conferences but above all, when I was a young researcher, we can say, I started to join the activities within the FIB 3.2 Commission, and this was very challenging for me because I had the chance to meet international people, international colleagues. I had the chance to learn, above all, from others, and also to achieve an improved maturity related to the scientific topics that I was studying and I was trying to apply.
My very first active experience with the FIB started in 2018 when, under the support of the Italian FIB delegation, I started a young members group, of which I'm currently the chair. The group has been quite active over the past years in organizing events for dissemination and networking.
My first experience was 2010 at the FIB symposium in Washington, or was it a congress? I cannot even, it was a congress, okay. And it's the same year I also attended the PhD symposium at DTU in Lyngby, which was also a very unique experience, and I would recommend to every one of you also, if you have the chance, be also at the PhD symposium. And once again, it was great to see how FIB is connected to the world, since it was a congress together with PCI, and it was quite impressive how huge it was.
My first experience within the FIB began when I joined Task Group 6.3 by invitation of a colleague, Professor Albert de la Fuente. This is a task group that focuses on sustainability of precast structures, and at that time we were developing a bulletin on multi-criteria analysis, which is essentially a structured approach to assessing and comparing sustainability across different solutions. This was a really good introduction, not only to FIB, but also to how different task groups work within the organization. And after some time of working within this task group, I gradually took more responsibility and became, and currently am, the co-convener of the task group.
Over the last decades, I was heavily involved in establishing the model code for concrete structures. I had a great opportunity to be technical secretary to Model Code 2010. Then, together with a huge group of passionate colleagues, we have prepared that new activity towards Model Code 2020. Great discussions and a great exchange of ideas what we can now change. And the Model Code 2020 was that kept me occupied for the next couple of years. Now I am convener of the task group that is responsible for continuous updating of the model code. So I would say in FIB, the model codes that I really feel that's a lot of my energy and time is rested there. The textbook on the model code, after the publishing of Model Code 2010, we created a series of bulletins with background knowledge. And at the beginning of my career, very deep to what I was working on, ductility and bonds, again to bulletins, and also a lot of great discussions.
Okay, this is a lot of work, a bulletin, I can tell you. But it's a nice experience because you work much more closer with all the different experts. And my first one was Bulletin 59 on condition assessment for reinforced concrete structures exposed to chlorides and carbonation. At that time, I was still a PhD student. And we also finished, I have now to think about 1.5 years ago, the Bulletin 109 on the through life management of existing concrete structures. And for sure, we also distributed to the Model Code 2020. But in addition, I'm also the Associated Editor-in-Chief of the Structural Concrete Journal, so please have also a look on that. And it's a great journal for the world of reinforced concrete, and please consider to submit your work as well there.
I have also the chance to contribute in a different way within the activity of this association. From one side, trying to do my best to provide results and maybe to trying to work in the best way with colleagues. From the other side, when I'm at home and I have maybe to address also and the research in my groups and so on, I can have a better idea of the path that also my group should follow to be part of a big experience and of a big research which is developed at a highest level and at an international level in FIB association. So step by step, starting from the beginning to now and hopefully also later on, I have to say that is my research experience and my research activity during my life is for sure in different way associated with the FIB activity, and among this activity for sure there is again the FIB workshop that on the capacity assessment of corroded structure, that is something a goal really important if I think to the activities done to reach this important goal.
My involvement in FIV has expanded. I've continued to contribute to Task Group 6.3, but I'm also part and convene Task Group 6.11. This is a relatively new group within Commission 6 on prefabrication, and basically it deals with the social impacts of precast concrete, which is an area that is becoming more and more important alongside environmental considerations. So we are doing very exciting work. So far, what we have done is developing a conceptual framework that maps different stakeholders that are involved across the prefabrication value chain. And we have identified different social themes that are particularly important to the different stakeholders in different life cycle stages of this value chain. So our next step is particularly exciting. So we'll start collecting and analyzing global case study evidence very soon, and we'll use document analysis, interviews, surveys, and different other methods. Basically, the ultimate goal is to turn all these insights and evidence and conceptual framework into a report or a living document that can support us to make better decisions, ultimately better outcomes with the key consideration of the social impacts. This is particularly interesting because I believe that within FIB, these kind of methods, which draw more from the social sciences and humanities, maybe are not so much seen or frequently used. So it's been interesting to use them for this kind of study.
In the FIB International, I am a member of the board of the Young Members Group and also the co-chair of the Task Group 2.13, Design and Assessment for Tsunami Loading, which is pretty close to my current research activity and open to me the possibility to create a huge network of experts from different countries that works on the same topics. Beyond that, I'm also a member of different other task groups where I contribute with my research results to the writing of FIB bulletins.
When I reached out to the Special Activity Group on Sustainability, Agnieszka, the convener of TG Sec 2, immediately asked me to become her technical secretary. I hesitated at first, but decided to take the leap, and it has been one of the best decisions in my early career. I still want to thank Agnieszka for all the trust she put in me. In my role as technical secretary, I had the opportunity to organize the next plenary meeting for TG Sec 2. This was a pivotal moment for me. During the meeting, I got to finally meet so many members face to face after months of virtual coordination. Their kindness and support truly energized me. Within the task group, I'm also coordinating the development of a bulletin on best practices for sustainability in structural concrete. Seeing so many people dedicated to advancing this field gives me so much hope that a greener future is indeed possible.
Yeah, we established a special activity group on AI and digitalization, which will be probably kind of revolution also in our field of structural concrete. And I'm now the convener of this special activity group, and it's great that we can shape the future together. And we have several working groups, one on the ethics behind it, because we have to consider once more what is the integrity of being a civil engineer in the new world of artificial intelligence. A working group on large language models, in which we would like to compile all our knowledge, which we own within FIB. And in addition, we need a base, so we need ontologies in which enables us to work with all the artificial intelligence tools which we probably have in the very near future. And please have a look on that. And if you would like to join, please write a short mail, and we will connect you.
FIB for me is a hub to connect people and knowledge, to improve and promote structural concrete for a better society.
I think for me, FIB has always been a kind of symbol of lifelong learning. Yeah, you begin somewhere, you deep dive on few topics as a young researcher, in my case, of professional, and from everything that you absorb, you create more questions, more interest, and you keep learning. And at a certain moment, you have again new issues, and you just learn. It's like going to an intensive course, civil engineering, every time we meet each other.
Ultimately, FIB is more than just a network or an innovation platform. It truly is a big family, a global community united by the shared passion for structural concrete.
The FIB, to me, is a network of international experts and colleagues from all over the world. The commissions gives the opportunity to share experience, ideas, and knowledge, helping the connection for the writing of proposal or application for other kind of funding schemes. But beyond that, the FIB is a community of people really open to young engineers and researchers, and providing several opportunities for professional and also personal development.
I encourage you, young human engineers, to pursue your dreams, build your careers, engage with institutions, and contribute beyond your daily work.
For anyone considering joining FIB, I have one piece of advice. Do it, but don't do it passively. The real value comes from engagement. Apply to task groups, take on responsibilities, and proactively contribute. You will find incredible support, develop yourself professionally, build a lasting international network, and ultimately, you will build your own structural concrete family.
At the end of this video, I would like to wish a very happy Humans Day for all engineers around the world, and invite you to join us at FIB.